Welcome to the Investing in Real Estate show. I'm Clayton Morris. So glad to have you here on this show. It's our Q&A episode day, so we will take your questions and I will provide you some answers. You can always ask us a question very easily by going to morrisinvest.com/Clayton. morrisinvest.com/Clayton. Try to keep your questions to 30 seconds or so. You can ask us real estate, finance related questions, taxes, anything like that. We will attempt to give you an answer here on the show. Also, if you're new to the show, welcome. This is the Investing in Real Estate show where we aim to help you become a more intelligent real estate investor at any stage of your investing journey. Just getting started, adding multiple properties, or you've already got 100 properties. It doesn't matter. I'm sure we can all learn from each other. If you think you have all of the answers, you are wrong. I'm still learning every day. All right, let's dive into it. We've got 3 great questions today, and I want to play them for you. Let's start with, and by the way, like I said before, I don't listen to these ahead of time. So I want to give you my fresh, honest answer, fresh, right out of the oven. So here we go. Here's Sergio with his question.
Hey Clayton, my name is Sergio Cornell. I'm retired Air Force back in the civilian world. Well, my question is, I want to use my VA benefits to start buying rental properties. But my question is Airbnb the way of the future now instead of traditional ways of renting, buying property and renting? What do you think?
Thank you, Sergio. So, I don't know if you've paid attention to what's happened to Airbnb during the pandemic, but certainly it's not, yes, it's the wave of the future. It's the way of the now. I mean, renting out someone's room where you can then travel to Italy or wherever you want and stay for a week where you're not having to go to a expensive hotel. Yes, it's not really the future. It's already here. However, we saw what happened to Airbnb during the pandemic. And of course, all kinds of additional rules and layers that go into now renting short term to individuals, with making sure that a cleaning service can get in there with 24 hours or however long that they can have space between renters. And also with Airbnb, you have to really know your markets. You have to be smart about what markets you're investing in to do Airbnb short-term rentals. Be very careful. I mean, look what happened in Nashville, for instance. In Nashville, in the city limits, they put a clamp down on Airbnbs. And so people that had invested and purchased properties for the sole purpose of doing Airbnb or short-term rentals, guess what? No longer allowed to. Certain areas will grandfather you in, and every city's different. But as we've seen it drive prices through the roof in different cities around the world. For instance, in Lisbon, Portugal, a lot of Chinese investors came in and bought up a lot of high-rise condominiums and so forth in downtown Lisbon. And what happened as a result is it drove out the long-term residents who lived in those areas, and the prices went through the roof. Well, the government stepped in and said, no more short-term Airbnb-style rentals in these apartments. We need to have our citizens be able to afford living in the city, and they got pushed out into the suburbs. So you got to be aware of the laws. You got to be aware of the municipalities, and those things can change. Now, one thing that's never going away is long-term rental properties. Never going away. We have a rental property shortage in this country. We have an affordable housing crisis in this country. We need over 22 million units. So, if you're weighing the two options, like I don't do any Airbnb. We've got shows here on the channel you can check out with Airbnb experts who can walk you through exactly how to do that. So check out those interviews here on our podcast and on our YouTube channel if you really want to go that route. But I would, if this were me, I would be going the long-term rental property route. And especially because you're a veteran, thank you for your service, and you've got VA ability, you could swoop in and pick up a fourplex where you live in one particular unit of that fourplex and rent out the other 3 using a VA loan. So you're literally getting zero. You're able to put virtually nothing down on the property and getting a ridiculously low interest rate. And you can then house hack and rent out those other units or do it with a duplex. There's a lot of different options there. And so we've worked with a lot of different veterans over the years who invest with us, and we are able to help navigate that way for them. So again, that would be my suggestion. If you were going to go the route of investing in property, I would maybe stay away right now during the pandemic. Who knows the uncertainty of short-term Airbnb style rentals, just all of the different headaches that are involved in that. I just might want to take a pause on that and stick with the long term and mix it up. That's not to say you couldn't do a little of both, but I would go the long term real estate route. Our next question comes from Lynetta. Lynetta, take it away.
Hi, Mr. Clayton. I really want to know about real estate taxes. I've invested in 18 properties and I just don't know where to go as far as filing my taxes and making sure that I have the right write-offs. Could you please direct me in the right way or to the right person? Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Lynetta. Yeah, 18 properties and you don't have a good tax person yet? Holy smokes. I mean, please, I want you to be taken care of. You've got to get the right tax person. I mean, if you're investing in 18 properties, I mean, you're advanced. And taxes is one of the biggest pitfalls and one of the biggest upsides as well. Like the amount of money you can save on taxes and getting money back because of write-offs and depreciation. So yes, on our website, we have a lower your taxes tab right at the top of the page. So go there, click on that, and book a call with our friends over at the Wealthability team. And Tom Wheelwright is a fantastic real estate accounting team. There's no one I would trust more than that team. So go there, go to morrisinvest.com/lower taxes and book a call with them. Do it through our link so they'll know that you came from us. They've set up a special program just for our listeners. Literally, Tom and I, about two and a half years ago, strategized how they can build like an accounting team that just services and helps the Morris Invest community. And that's what we've built together. So I want you to go over there and check that out. That would be my suggestion. And they have different tiers. So, if you're like a Robert Kiyosaki, we can work with you in that capacity. If you've got one property, they can work with you in that capacity. So my suggestion would be go to our website and book a call with them. But you've got to get these taxes under control. Key, very, very key. I'm glad you asked that question. All right, our next question comes from Jamie.
Hey, Clayton, this is Jaime Diaz.
Jaime.
And I have a question for you about real estate, if you can help me with this. So I have 3 rental properties, and they're all under my name. So would you recommend to put them into LLC, and what are the benefits of having them into an LLC? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jaime. I appreciate it. So yes, absolutely. Now listen, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a tax accountant, but our attorneys, the great brilliant mind Garrett Sutton from Corporate Direct, Robert Kiyosaki's attorney, and any other real estate attorney will tell you that it's not a matter of when, it's not a matter of, if you're going to be sued or there's going to be an issue because a tenant slips and falls, or you're going to have some issue on a property. It's a matter of when. And so you want to protect yourself. The reason of having a rental property in an LLC is so that if someone sues you, and God forbid that happens, and they can't come after your personal assets. They can only go after the LLC. So if you own a property on Main Street, starting an LLC called 123 Main Street LLC, it only holds those particular investments. Something happens, they can only go after 123 Main Street LLC. There's really, you can get into some little technical stuff with like tax benefits, but not much. It really is just for liability protection. That's it. Just to protect your own personal assets. So my suggestion would be absolutely, if you go to our website, we have some great resources for you. If you go to morrisinvest.com/LLC, we work with our friends over at Corporate Direct to set up your LLCs. They can do it very, very simply. They can transfer those properties over into your limited liability company. You might also consider looking at a series LLC. That's a little bit more advanced, but again, talk with the team at Corporate Direct, see what they have to say about it. But yes, you're definitely going to want to put your properties in a liability protection entity, a legal structure, so that you don't get sued at some point. Very, very important. So thank you for the question, Jaime, and Lynetta, and Sergio. Thank you for all of your great questions. Again, you can drop me a voicemail and I'll play it right here on the show by going to morrisinvest.com/Clayton. That's how you do it. And if you are ready to take the plunge and getting into rental real estate and you want a team that will do it all for you, I mean, soup to nuts, then give us a call. Book a call with Morris Invest, our team. Go to our website. You'll see the book a call tab right there. We're a full service rental real estate company. And our great team, we are able to provide you with a fully done, fully finished, brand new construction rental property that already is cash flowing with a tenant already inside. Yes. And we'll turn the keys over to you with a great property management and everything. All you get to do is get the cash flow coming into your IRA account, into your personal account, however you want it set up. So book a call with us today. Our team will walk you through that entire process. All right, much love to all of you. Thank you for joining us. Now go out there, take action, become a real estate investor. I believe it's the #1 way to build wealth. We'll see you next time.